Principles of programming, variables and data type of model in QBasic. Today we'll be looking at principles of programming, more or less variables and data types of model in QBasic. Lesson 3 for module 2. That's what we're looking at today. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, participants will understand the following: variables and also types of models in QBasic. QBasic data type. If you could recollect, in our previous lesson we then talk about what's really the type of data type that can be used in QBasic, and the type of data type we then talk about constant data type, where we said under the constant data type there are two categories of data type under the constant data type, where one is the numeric constant and then the alphanumeric constant. Now the alphanumeric constants are known as strings. Now what about constant data type? If you could recollect, in module 2 lesson 2 I then emphasize on constant data type by saying that this type of data type that are fixed, they use fixed numbers throughout the program that cannot be changed. And under the constants we have the numeric constants, which I said these are used for mathematical calculations, and then we have the alphanumeric constants, which are also they are alphabets, okay, they are strings. Having said that, now the second data type that you must know of in QBasic is called variable. And under the variable also we also have two category of variables, which we have the numeric variable and then the alphanumeric variable. So bear in mind that in QBasic these are the two types of data type that you must know of as a programmer. We have the constants and then the variable, and under the constant, as I said earlier on, we have the numeric constant and then the alphanumeric constant known as string. And then also we also have the variable being the second one, and under the variable we have two categories. We have the numeric variable and then the alphanumeric variable. The next thing we'll be looking at is variable data type. What about variable data type? It is a type of data whose value is not constant and may change due to some calculation during the program execution. Okay, that is a variable. In addition to that, it is a location in the computer's memory which stores value depending on what value it holds. Variables are of two types. We have the numeric variable and the alphanumeric variable, just like the constant data type. So someone may ask, what is a numeric variable? The variable that holds a numeric constant for arithmetic calculation. And as you can see here, we have the plus, the minus, the multiplication, the division. These are called numeric variable. A typical example is what you see on your screen, where we have a is equal to what 50. Okay, so which means that wherever a is is located in the program, it is treated as a numeric variable. Say, I don't understand. Can you demonstrate this practically? As to understand this practically, as we demonstrate it in lesson 2 in module 2, where we talk about how to install QBasic. You see here, this is my QBasic here. So remember that we are then talking about these numeric variables. These are numbers, okay? They are numbers used for calculation, where an example is being given by saying a is equal to 50. This is telling us that wherever we see a, it is it is a numeric variable. It is seen as what? As 50. Let me demonstrate that practically for us to understand. So as we can see on our QBasic, for instance, so when I go ahead and say clear the screen and I say print and I say print 50, it may just print 50 for me. For instance, let's look at it. So I'll go to run and click on start, and let's wait for it to execute. So you can see the program just prints what? 50. Such is a numeric variable. So another way of using a numeric variable is, so you can see I have cleared the screen. So let me clear the screen and clear this program. So I'll clear the screen and I'll now say A is equal to 50. A is equal to 50. Now this means that wherever A will be what will be printed, it will display 50, because I've assigned a numeric variable to A. So A is seen as what? As 50. In the computer's memory, the computer has hold A as 50 because I have assigned what? 50 to A. So when I go ahead and say print, and I say print A and press enter, then when I go and say run and click on start, the program is going to print what? 50, as you can see. Okay, so the program just executed what? 50. So that is numeric variable. That is alphanumeric variable. The variable that hold an alphanumeric constant which cannot be used for arithmetic calculation is called alphanumeric variables or string variable. Now, an alphanumeric variable must end with a what? A dollar sign, as you can see here. An alphanumeric variable must what? Must end with a dollar sign, as you can see here. And the alphanumeric constant must be of what? Of equal what? Of a content pertaining to what value you are assigning to that particular variable. A typical example is, you can see we have name, and we say the name is equal to the name being in the quote. So whatever you put in between the quotes, that is what the program will print. However, when I go and say print name, you can see that I added what? A dollar sign close to the what? To the name. Anywhere you see the dollar sign, so far as what QBasic programming is concerned, it responds to what? To a string, and is an alphanumeric variable. Say, I don't understand this. How that this means? Now let's look at it practically. Now, as you can see in our previous explanatory response to what a numeric variable is, we demonstrate this by what? By assigning what? A numeric value to A, and we say wherever A is printed is known as what? It will print, or the program will print 50. So the same thing applies to what? Numeric variable. But numeric variables, the same thing applies to alphanumeric variable. Now alphanumeric variable typically strings, which are text, but they are being put in quotes. For instance, when I clear the screen and then go by saying num, or let me use example name, and I'll bring my string sign is equal to quote Armstrong, and I close the quotes and press enter. Now wherever I'll print name is going to the program is going to display Armstrong. Okay, so when you are assigning a string, an alphanumeric variable known as string to any data, you must bear in mind that you must put that into a quote. Okay, the string in a quote before the program will read that you are writing. For instance, when I go by saying print and then I say print name and I bring the string sign, which is the dollar sign, and I go and then run the program and I run it, the program is going to print what? Armstrong. Let's wait for that. So you can see Armstrong is printed here. So that is alphanumeric variable. The next thing we're looking at is types of mode in QBasic. Once a QBasic program is loaded into the computer's memory, it displays OK prompt. Now I'd like you to better understand it, to understand that when I talk about OK prompt simply means that the program is ready to accept the command that you are about to write. Remember that this statement, the statement that QBasic command are used, these commands are known as keywords. So the moment you execute QBasic and then you see OK prompt, this is prompting you that the program is ready to accept any keyword that you are about to use, and these keywords are known as what? Strings. So OK prompt simply means that the program is ready to accept the command or a command you are about to use. Now the next thing I'd like you to understand is that QBasic can be made to translate your instruction into two modes. Basic can basically translate your instruction into two modes. So therefore one may ask, so what is that mode? One is direct mode, and two, we have program mode that you must know of. So let's look at types of mode in QBasic. Now the first mode we are going to talk about is called direct mode. The direct mode accepts a single line instruction from the user, and the output is viewed as soon as the user press an enter key. It processes the command. This instruction or the instructions are not stored in the memory. This mode can be used to do a quick calculation that you must know of. They are not, however, used in a line number. Example is print 3 plus 4. This is a direct mode in QBasic. So you cannot just go directly and say print 3 plus 4. So when you go print 3 plus 4, the program is going to execute and display what? 7 for you, because 3 plus 4 is 7, and that is direct mode that you must know of. A typical example, let's look at how that is being done. So when I close my first program, the second program we created, I'll click on File and click on New and click on Do Not Save. Then I'll go ahead and say print. Then I'll say 3 plus 4 and I'll press enter. Remember, I said this is direct mode. So when I go to run and I click on start, the program is going to display 7, and such is direct mode that you must know of. So therefore, as we said in the direct mode, for you to better understand, we said this direct mode can be used to perform quick calculation. Okay, so it can be used to perform quick calculation. In addition to that, you must know that the instructions are not stored in the memory, and this mode can be used to do or to perform quick calculation. So for instance, if you want to then perform a quicker calculation, you can just go use the direct mode in QBasic by going example as we just saw the practical aspect being demonstrated, and print 3 plus 4, and the program will go ahead and print what? 7 by executing 7 for you. The next mode I'd like us to talk about is program mode. The mode is used to type a program which is stored in the memory, which is in the computer's memory. They have a line number which are given to the command to just display the output. A typical example is 10 print 3 plus 4. So when you say 10 print 3 plus 4 and you say 20 end run, such is a program mode. Say, what are you talking about? Let's look at it practically. So when I go to my desktop, my QBasic program, and I close the output and I click on File and click on New, No, do not save, and I go ahead by saying print. So in quotes, 3 plus 4, close quotes, and I go ahead by saying comma, and I say 3 plus 4, and I press enter. When I run this program, for instance, this is a program mode. It's going to display the question for me where I have 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Now if I want to bring the equal to sign, then what I'll do is that, let me close the program, and in between these 3 plus 4, I can quickly say equal to, and put that in the quotes, and go ahead and run the program again, and the program is going to execute by giving me what? 3 plus 4 is equal to 7, and this is a what? Is a program mode. Another is that one can choose to also say 10 print 3 plus 4. Then I'll say end. Now before I will say end, I will say 20. Then I will say end. Now when I press enter and I click on run and I run the program, QBasic is going to execute the program and give me direct 7. So basically that is someone may ask, to say, how come we have print it? I displayed the 2 comma because I did not clear the screen. So when I clear the screen, CLS, this simply means that the first program should end. So the QBasic is going to display this very program, but it's going to display this very program for me. So when I click on run and click on start, And you see, it's going to what? End with what? 7. So these are the two ways of what? Of creating a program mode, or creating what? A program in what? In direct mode and in a program mode. Now we must also better understand it to understand that programs are built up with sets of instructions or commands. And as I said earlier on, by saying that these commands are known as keystrokes. Every programming language has its own syntax, and these syntax are rules and what? And commands that as a programmer you must know. Having said that, this brings us to the end of our lesson, and I'll urge everyone to take a recap of the module 2 step by step and reach out to us if indeed you are facing any challenge. So basically, that is just that.
Armstrong computers were leading the way, bringing ICT to your doorstep every day. Where vision meets excellence, we stand strong, transforming students where they belong. In the halls of knowledge, we light the spark.